Hello, my name's Daniel. Today we're reading Nurse Clementine by Simon James. So get comfy and I'll begin. It was Clementine Brown's birthday. Mr. and Mrs. Brown bought her a nurse's outfit and a first aid kit. "It's just what I wanted," she said. "You can call me Nurse Clementine from now on." Nurse Clementine didn't have to wait long for her first emergency. Mr. Brown banged his toe on the living room door. Straight away, Nurse Clementine got to work. "You'll need to keep this on for a week," she said. "A week?" moaned Mr. Brown. "A week," said Nurse Clementine firmly. Next, Mrs. Brown complained that she had a headache. Nurse Clementine gave her a complete check-up. Her ears were okay, her tongue wasn't spotty, and her temperature was normal. So just to be safe, Nurse Clementine bandaged her head. "You'll have to keep this on for a week," she said. "A week?" sighed Mrs. Brown. "A week," said Nurse Clementine firmly. In the kitchen, Nurse Clementine found Wellington licking his paw. "It must be sore," decided Nurse Clementine. She bandaged it up as best she could. Nurse Clementine was very pleased with her work. She rushed off to find her brother Tommy. He was bound to need some help. Bold and fearless, Tommy the superhero was on his way down the stairs. "Look out, Tommy!" shouted Clementine. "You're going to hit the door!" Nurse Clementine immediately opened her first aid kit. "It's a good job I'm here," she said. "No, it's not," said Tommy. "I don't need a nurse." "I'm Super Tommy. Watch me fly. I can leap from sofas." "Oh, look out, Tommy," said Clementine. "You're going to hit the floor." "Ouch," said Tommy. Nurse Clementine rushed over with her stethoscope. She told Tommy to keep still while she checked him for breaks and bruises. "I'm not broken," said Tommy, "and I told you before I don't need a nurse. Leave me alone." Tommy marched off towards the garden. Clementine sat while Tommy played. There was no one left to take care of. She would just have to practice nursing by herself. First, she listened to her own heartbeat. Then she practiced bandaging on the drain pipe. But it was no good. "Nurses need someone to look after," Clementine sighed. Then she heard a voice calling from up in the tree. "Clementine! Clementine! It's me!" said Tommy. "I'm stuck!" he cried. "I can't get down! It's too high!" "Hang on, Tommy!" called Clementine. "I'll get you down." Clementine knew she had to think quickly. After all, this was a real emergency. Clementine was on tiptoe, but she couldn't reach Tommy. "I'm slipping," he said. "Hold on," said Nurse Clementine. "I can't," said Tommy. "I'm going to fall." Tommy closed his eyes as his hand slipped, but Nurse Clementine was there to catch him. "I've got you," she said. Tommy was relieved to be back on the ground. "Thanks, Clementine," he said. "You were great." When Tommy turned to go, Clementine noticed something. "Tommy," she said, "you've grazed your arm." "Have I?" said Tommy. "You can bandage it if you like." Nurse Clementine was delighted to help. This was going to be her best bandage yet. But there was one small problem. She had forgotten her scissors. "This is going to be an extra special superhero bandage," said Nurse Clementine. Really? Said Tommy. But you're going to have to keep it on all week, said Clementine firmly. All week? Said Tommy. Great! Thanks for listening. See you next time.